the home run derby, did you ever take part in anything like that?
Every day on batting practice. You bunt two,
yes.
You get it, hit and run,
yes.
Get him over, and then see how far you could hit it. I mean, it was like in Chicago, we tried to break out the windows. We would break out the windows across the street. So, I mean, they talk about these guys, how far they hit it. I mean, we knocked out windows across the street, and there were other teams would actually come out and watch us take batting practice, because this wasn't anything about, keep inside and keep your hands inside the ball, do this stuff. And I don't know if you know that in a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, you have 0.42 seconds from the time it leaves the pitcher's hand till it crosses home plate. You have 0.17 second react to it. And how you make the decision, where the cameras send the signal, the brain sees it, it's got to send to the nerves and muscles, and you react. So when you start saying, I better stay inside the ball, and then you go to the bench and the guy said, you should have hit that the other way. Well, next time up there, you're thinking. This is about hitting the ball and seeing the ball and hitting as hard as you can. And in situations, you know what you have to do. We had guys that, could flat hit, and they didn't go up there and say, let's get deep in the count. It wasn't trying to get this pitcher to throw deep. We didn't care. We wanted to get this guy as many runs as we could in the first few innings and then work from there.
Was there such a thing as pitch count when you played, though?
No.
Right? I mean,
Jim Maloney, one of the great right-handers, if you ever look it up, one of the great right-handers in the history of baseball.
Right.
He threw a 10-inning no-hitter. He walked 10. He hit 1. He threw 187 pitches. And then he pitched his rotation on the 4th day.
How was he?
Great.
No problem?
Great.
But we're supposed to get bigger, stronger, faster as a human race. We see it. I certainly see it in the NFL.
Yeah.
So why? What can arms no longer handle that anymore?
I think ownership changes it, and medicine changes it.
How so? What do you mean by
Because you go in and say, I got a twinge. Well, we better take an MRI. Well, you have just a slight little fiber off there. Well, I mean, in those days, we used to take capsule and Abilene cream and rub it and get the hot stuff until you couldn't stand it, and you went out and you pitched. It was just, you knew you had to play. Otherwise, you would have wound up without a job.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.